Good morning, baseball. It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another episode of Good Morning Baseball, where we talk about everything that went down in the MLB last night, all the top stories. Yesterday, the Indians got no hit for the second time this year. The Angels put up 9 runs on the Dodgers. There was a grand slam. There was a pitcher home run. All sorts of different things happened today. Now, if you do like these daily recaps, man, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be notified when they're posted. I try to get them out to you guys every morning. If not, they'll be out in the late afternoon after I get off of work. Appreciate all the support lately. We've had a ton of new subscribers, so I do appreciate all the support, guys. And I do have some links in the description if you want to check out my Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, things like that. Without further ado, though, let's get into the video and start talking some baseball. Now, the Washington Nationals were facing off against the New York Yankees. We had Jameson Taillon, the new offseason acquisition, going off against Patrick Corbin. And honestly, they had very similar starts. They both allowed 3 earned runs, nothing too dominant. Yeah, it was a pretty even matchup going into the 8th inning. That's when the Nationals just decided to wake up and start putting up thousands of runs. They put up 6 runs in the 8th inning and 2 runs in the 9th. Unfortunately, it was off of Jonathan. I know I'm going to butcher this name because I'm not a Yankees fan. Loiza? I don't know, man. Lasagna. Jonathan Lasagna goes 1/3 of an inning pitched, 4 hits allowed, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, and only got 1 strikeout, also allowed a home run. So his ERA goes from under 1 to over 2 at 2.89 after that outing. Really sucks being a reliever because he's been so good all year. He has 1 bad outing, and now his stats are just ruined, so tough being a reliever over there, especially in New York, but he's been lights out this season. I wouldn't worry too much about him. Josh Bell, Juan Soto, Yan Gomes, and Josh Harrison all homered in this one. A lot of home runs flying out of this ballpark. Obviously, a very hitter-friendly ballpark over there in New York, especially the left-handed hitters like Juan Soto and Josh Bell. So the Nationals go on to win 11-4, and they're still a little bit under 500 at 13-15, and the Yankees stay exactly at 500 at 16-16. Yankees not doing too bad right now, but that was a pretty bad shellacking there, and the Yankees bullpen's been pretty lights out, so it's kind of weird to see the Yankees bullpen blow a game that big, especially to an offense like the Nationals, who I wouldn't consider one of the best in baseball, but they do have some power in there. Now, speaking of power, my man Seth Brown hit a walk-off home run yesterday after Sean Manaea tossed a gem for the Oakland A's against the Tampa Bay Rays yesterday. He had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning and unfortunately blew it there. He did end up allowing a run, so it was 1-1 going into the 9th inning. Seth Brown hitting a walk-off home run over there in Oakland. So Sean Manaea had a very good start. 7 1/3 innings pitched, only allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and then 10 strikeouts on the night. So he was doing absolutely amazing, tossing a gem out there. That A's pitching staff looking pretty good lately. We've had a lot of unsung heroes especially too. So Oakland A's are 20-14 on the year, which is good for first place in the American League West. And the Tampa Bay Rays fall to 18-16, which is still good for tops of the AL East. Jake Diekman ended up getting the win in this one. So a good team win over there in Oakland. Now let's stay in the American League West and talk about my Angels, man. The Angels were going up against the Dodgers, and I don't know. I literally commented on somebody's Twitter post that we were just going to get murdered to last night. And I don't know why or how or when the Angels just decided to hit. Taylor Ward, the guy who I think made his 2021 debut 2 days ago, I want to say, hit a home run. Justin Upton hit a home run, and other than that, we were just going off. David Fletcher, 3 for 5, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. 3 RBIs in the leadoff spot. That's insane. Mike Trout hit an RBI triple. Shohei Ohtani was 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Everybody was hitting, man. I think we put up 14 hits in this one. They were just going off. Luis Urias started this game against Griffin Canning, and Griffin Canning and Patrick Sandoval got the job done yesterday. They didn't need to use anybody else. Patrick Sandoval has been at the alternate side all year, but they finally called him over. Really good left-handed pitcher. I actually went to high school with him, so pretty good pitcher over there in the bullpen, and his ERA is still sitting below 2, and that Dodgers offense really hasn't been very loud lately. They only put up 2 runs against the Angels all game against Griffin Canning and Patrick Sandoval. While I said I do think those guys are good pitchers, they're definitely not elite. You should probably be putting up a few more than 2 runs if you're going to consider yourself the best team in baseball, which I personally think the Dodgers are. So Urias gets the loss in this one, and the Dodgers are still on that 4-game losing streak. The Angels finally snapped snapped theirs after getting swept by the Rays. So I'm happy and as an Angels fan, but we're still well below 500. We got to get back on the wagon, start hitting some baseballs, start pitching better. Yeah. I don't know. The Dodgers aren't really the team to do that against. Now, over in St. Louis, we had Cardinals legend Austin Gomber, the centerpiece of the Nolan Arenado trade, facing off against Jack Flaherty, one of the best pitchers in baseball, one of the most underrated pitchers in baseball. And Jack Flaherty did what he does best, toss an absolute gem, but with the bat, he was pretty loud as well, hitting a solo home run off Austin Gomber in the 3rd inning. So Jack Flaherty did it with the bat, he did it on the mound. My man went 7 innings pitched, allowing 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and only 3 hits in this one. So he's absolutely dominant against that Rockies offense, which honestly can be pretty good. So it's not really a small feat shutting out the Rockies. So Jack Flaherty pitched an absolute gem yesterday. Very, very good outing for him over there in St. Louis. And Austin Gomber, unfortunately, ended up with the loss. Maybe not as good as Nolan Arenado. I don't know. Who would have saw that coming? Now over in Miami, Isan Diaz. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this man. I love him in MLB The Show, but he's a very low-key name that a lot of people don't know about, I feel like. Well, he hit a grand slam yesterday against the Milwaukee Brewers, helping them go up to a 6-1 victory. The Brewers offense has been shut out a few days in a row. They just haven't been putting up very many runs. Trevor Rogers, the starter for Miami in this one, and he has been absolutely lights out this year. He has a 1.89 ERA on the season, so he's just not allowing any runs right now, and he's been absolutely dominant this year. I believe he's a rookie this year, if I'm not mistaken. I really didn't know about this guy till the season started, but I feel like the Marlins are one of those teams that's really good at doing this, where they just kind of find these guys and they produce like they did last year. Half that team, we didn't even know who they were last year, and they ended up making the playoffs. Obviously, in a condensed season, it's a little bit easier to do so, but still pretty impressive what they can do over there. Sorry, it looks like he made his debut in 2020, but I do think he's considered a rookie this year. So definitely a Rookie of the Year candidate early on. He's 4-2 with a 1.89 ERA in 7 starts this year. 38 innings pitched, only allowed 8 earned runs. So very good start to the season for my man Trevor Rogers. Definitely a pitcher to watch out for. Now we've reached our final game we're going to talk about today, guys. We're going to talk about the Cleveland Indians getting no hit for the 2nd time this year. Wade Miley on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds and just absolutely dominant in this one. My man went 9 innings pitched, 0 hits. He only allowed 1 walk and 8 strikeouts on the day. Now, if you were going to tell me who was going to throw no-hitters this year, I pretty much everyone who's thrown a no-hitter this year was absolutely mind-blowing. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been such a weird year for no-hitters. John Means, we have Carlos Rodon, Wade Miley, even Joe Musgrove. He's probably the most likely out of the people who've thrown no-hitters this year. I think I'm even forgetting a no-hitter. I can't even remember. Anyways, yeah, so that's the 2nd no-hitter in the last few days. It's been absolutely crazy, man. A lot of no-hitters being thrown this year, and the Cleveland Indians have been on the losing side of 2 of those no-hitters. So not a good time to be a Cleveland baseball team fan. Nonetheless, they are still 17-14, which is almost good for first place in the AL Central. The White Sox did beat the Royals today, so they are slightly above them. But yeah, the Cleveland Indians doing a pretty good job this year. Maybe not so much last night. All right, so that is going to do it for us in this one. Sorry it's a little bit shorter today, guys. I got to get going to work. I do appreciate all the support lately. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Let me know how your team did in the comments section. We can talk about some of the games I didn't quite get to today. Appreciate all the support, everybody. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.